Maharani prayers. One of the very important thing that Kunti Maharani says, let me share that screen. This one. In the first verse itself, no, in the Kunti Maharani first verse, it starts with 18. Yeah, I'll go to this verse. Okay. This Kunti Uvacha, Namaste Purusham Tvadyam, Ishvaram Prakriteha Param, Alakshyam Sarvabhutanam, Bahir Avasthitam. So here you see, Bahir Avasthitam. Okay, meaning is within. Antar means within. Bahihi means without, that is outside. One is within inside and one is outside of you. That is without. Okay. So here Kunti Maharani is saying you are existing both within and without everything. Yet you are invisible to all. That means he's there within us as Paramatma and he's also outside us. Okay. In different entities, living entities, he's there as Paramatma. He expands into each and every atom. So this portion, Antar Bahir, is very, very important. Why? Because we had one president of who is the very first president of India? You know, what's his name? The first president of India. Anyone? Hare Krishna. You know?
Lal Bahadur Shastri?
No. I think somewhere Rajendra Prasad or someone.
Oh yeah, it's Dr. Rajendra
Rajendra
Prasad.
Prasad Prabhuji. Yeah, it's
Rajendra Prasad only? Okay.
Yeah.
He's not the, okay, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, right? So he has given the translation, right? Translations of Bhagavad Gita. He's written it. In that, you see, in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavat means who? Krishna, Bhagavan's Gita. Okay. In that Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is telling so many times the word Mam. Okay. Yes, but I'll tell you how many times. It is mentioned that, 1 minute, let me see. At least 55 times Krishna mentions Mam. Okay. Mam abhijanati, Mam evam asammudho, bhaktya Mam api janati, sarvadharman parityajya, Mam ekam sharanam vraja. So many times he says this word called Mam. Mam means what? Me or mine. That is Mam. So this Rajendra Prasad, he writes it that the Mam that Krishna is referring to is not the Mam that he is. Something that is within Krishna, that is a Mam he is referring to. Okay, if you see, let's read this. Patram Pushpam Alam Toyam. Okay, what is it? See here, verse. This is Bhagavad Gita, 9th chapter, 26th verse. Patram Pushpam Palam Toyam Yo Me Bhaktya Prayachati. Aham, see, aham means mom, aham, me, everything means it's to me. It's like saying I, me, mine. It's same person, but I have different, like that. Aham means I, me means to me. Okay. So here what Krishna is saying, patram means tulsi leaf. Patra means leaf, which is normally we say tulsi leaf. Pushpam, flower. Phalam, fruit. Okay. Toyam. hmm, Toya means water. Okay. So, Yome Bhaktya Parayasha. So, Krishna is telling you, offer me these things. What? The leaf, the flower, the fruit, and water. Just offer those. Start with that. Hmm? Yome Bhaktya, with bhakti, you offer it to me. What would I do? Tad aham bhakti upahritam ashnami prayatatmanaha. So, what will I do? If one offers me with love and devotion, a leaf, a flower, a fruit, or water, I will accept it. Okay. Then let's see. So many times mine me will come. Hmm. See this one, 14th one only. Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantascha dridavritāha namasyant namasyantascha mam bhaktya nityayukta upasate. Satatam means always. Always do kirtan. Of whom? Of me. Mam kirtayanto. He's telling to Arjuna, you do nice kirtan. So kirtana, sankirtana yajna is mentioned in our in this Bhagavad Gita. Okay. Yatantascha dradavrataha. Okay, so see, always chant my glories, endeavoring with great determination. Bow down before me. Again, you see, bow down before me. Namasyantaha cha mam. Hmm? Then these great soul perpetually worship me with devotion. Bhaktya. You see, bhaktya nitya yuktaha upasate. So many times he has told. No, at least as devotees say 55 times we counted. At least mom is there. So, how about us? What about us? Are we one or do we have somebody else in within our body? We all say we are soul, right? So we are just a soul or we have somebody else along with us.
We have Krishna with us.
Okay. In what is that form called as?
Paramatma.
Correct, Paramatma. So in us, there is myself and there is Krishna. 1 minute, I'll show you that verse. Um, so BG 10.20. Hmm? See, aham atma, aham again, me. Hmm? Atma gudhakesha sarvabhutashaya sthitaha. Aham adischa madhyam cha bhutanam anta eva cha. The most important is sarvabhutashaya sthitaha. Okay, you see, bhutaha. Okay, bhutaha means what? All living entities. Sarvabhuta. Ashaya sthitaha situated within the heart. So Krishna is telling Arjuna, I am seated in the hearts of all living entities. I'm the beginning, I'm the middle, and the end of all beings. So Krishna is telling, I'm seated in the heart. Not only this, so many. Suhridam Sahab Bhutanam. There he again says, I'm seated in the heart. Okay. This comes in 15th chapter. Let's see, 15.15 it also comes. G15 point fail. Very famous verse. Very, very famous verse. What is this? Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishto mattaha smritir jnanam apohanam cha vedaishcha sarvair ahameva vedyo vedanta krit veda videva chaham. So what Krishna is telling, you see, I am seated in everyone's heart. Sarvasya chaham. Sarvasya means of all beings. Chaham, me. Hridi. Hridi means, we know hridaya. Hridaya means heart. Sannivishtaha means situated. So again he says, I'm seated in everyone's heart. And from me comes remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. Very, very important. Krishna gives us the remembrance. He gives us the knowledge. He gives us the forgetfulness. See, we all say scientists, no? Scientists will say, I got the ideas. But who gave him the idea? How the thought came to him? Here the answer is remembrance comes from him. Knowledge comes from him. And where is he seated? In the heart. So heart is the sitting place of Krishna. Okay. For all the fools, all the so-called intelligent people, everyone, for remembrance and forgetfulness. See, not only remembrance, even forgetfulness will come from him only. Why do you think Krishna is saying like this? Forgetfulness comes from me. Why? Hmm.
Previous birth memories.
Okay. Previous birth memories. Right. That's good answer. One answer is previous birth memories. Why? Because imagine in the previous birth, we have attachment, like you see, even now in this birth, we all have attachment to our families, to our children, to our grandchildren, everything. Nobody can deny that. Imagine in the previous birth, uh, if the person would have been a pig. Every year that pig will give birth to so many piglets. And that pig has attachment to that. And the same attachment when he brings it to the next life, and if he remembers, then his life will be very, very sad, because he'll always be thinking, what happened to my those piglets? Why I'm saying this, there is one pastime of Indra, because Indra, he did offense to his own guru. Okay, he had to, by the offense, he had to take birth in the body of a pig. And because he's not sitting on the throne, the things were not happening. Administrative duties were not being properly performed, or being not properly overlooked. So mistakes were happening. Then immediately Brahma comes, and then he, along with his demigods, he comes to that pig and says, "Oh, but my dear pig, Varaha, you were actually a Indra. So just give up this body and you come back." And the pig goes, "No, no, 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 no. How can I give up? I have my wife to take care. I have so many wives. Each wife has so many children here. How can I give up and come?" That is the attachment. Indra is taking the, as taking the form of a pig, and he is not reluctant to go out. So that attachment, Krishna severs it, cuts it down at the time of death. Okay, but still the attachment remains. If the attachment is so strong, again that person will be born in the same family. It's all there. So it is very difficult if that person remembers. Okay. One more thing why he gives the forgetfulness is to the demons or non-devotees. For them, he keeps all of them as away, because they have misused. They have misused their opportunity. They were all there in the Vaikuntha, but they have committed grave offenses. They fell down. After falling down, again with severe grave offenses. So then Krishna has no other chance but to send you into such a particular form where where it is next to impossible to remember him. See, when we first fall down, Tattvit Prabhu, one of the very prominent um, devotee in our ISKM Singapore, he just gave our lecture a few days ago. So Prabhu was mentioning there that all of us were in Vaikuntha, everybody of us were in Vaikuntha. We all committed some mistakes like the criminals. Immediately we are put into the jail. And that jail is nothing but this material universe, this Brahmanda. Okay. And in this Brahmanda, we were in the upper, highest most birth because you wouldn't have any karma, no, to begin with. So obviously it is said that everybody were given this opportunity to become a Brahma. For a Brahma, we imagine how we fell down. We fell down, we fell down, we fell down. Again, we would go up, again, we fall down. So many lifetimes we have passed. And how many years have we passed? We have passed nearly 150 trillion years. We have already passed. And we are all still here in the material world. So Krishna is saying that this opportunity, you remember, like sometimes devotees in congregation, people ask, Prabhuji, why Krishna gives punishment later? If we commit the mistake right now, we should get the punishment also right now. Isn't it? They say like this. So how will you answer? If we do punishment right now, immediately we should get, sorry, if we commit a mistake, we should immediately get punished. How will you answer that? Any devotee? Suppose imagine we kill an animal. Immediately we should get killed because whenever there is a himsa, the revenge is another himsa. That's why mamsa means what? Mam saha dahati. Sorry, mam saha dahati iti mam saha. That means, my dear flesh or my dear animal, I am killing you in this life. Next life you kill me. Basically, that is a mantra that Brahmana has to come and then in front of him the killing should go. Okay. So if immediately the punishment is given, I'm talking about Bhuloka, okay, then none of us will ever we will sustain. So what Krishna does is he gives the opportunity until the point of death that maybe this person will change. Maybe this person will change. And finally, he comes as death. Krishna himself says, for all the non-devotee, he comes as death. Okay? Krishna comes
నాది ఆపు.
death. I'll show you the verse. In so many places he says. So, the Bhagavad Gita 9.19. Here Krishna is saying, what is he saying? See, it's the same where Patram Pushpam Palam Toyam was there, same chapter. Okay. Tapami aham. Okay. Aham varsham nigrahnami utsrjami cha amritam chaiva mrityuscha satasachaham Arjuna. In this one verse, there are three I. Aham, one, two, where is this? Three. Cha aham. Three I's are there. So you see, Arjuna, I give heat, I withhold and send forth the rain. I am the immortality. That means Amritam. And I'm also the Mrityu. I'm also the death personified. So he comes as a death personified. Not only here, he says that in 10th chapter also, BG 10.34. See, Mrityu Sarvas Haram Chaham. What is he saying here? I'm all devouring death. And I'm the generating principle of all that is yet to be. Okay. So Krishna is saying, Mrityu Sarva Haras Chaham. I'm the Mrityu. I'm the death personified. So he comes at the time of death, he comes and he takes it away. But when we were all in the bodies of Devatas, okay, see, Devatas is just like I told you, like a position, different posts in the government, how we have different posts, like that, Devatas are all posts. So when we were Devatas, if you see, in the demigod platform, if you see the Ramayana, Mahabharata, the Vasus, they get what is that? They get punished, right? Vasus get punished. Vasu means uh, administrative demigods in the upper planetary systems. Indra is cursed. Vasus are cursed. If any Apsara does a mistake, small mistake they do, immediately they are pushed down. So we had an opportunity when we were in the upper planetary systems. All of us were there, no doubt about it. Okay, we were all there. We got the opportunity to understand. Oh, if I do this mistake, I will be cursed. I'll be pushed down. We saw ourselves. We saw our friends. We saw our relatives. Everybody falling down. On top of that, what happens in Swargaloka? There was one story that one Vaishya means, by guna and karma. Okay, by guna karma vibhagasha. By the characteristics, by the guna and by karma, that duties that he was doing, he was a Vaishya, means a businessman. But he was doing very nicely the, what do you call, donations. He was giving nice donations to Brahmanas. He was giving for nice donations to poor people and all that he was doing it. So because of his immense dana, the donation, he got opportunity to be in Indraloka, in the Swargaloka. And Swargaloka, the only duty you have is to enjoy. And the enjoyment in Swargaloka is also 10, 20 times greater. It says 100 times greater than this. Like suppose you drink something here, or you taste something, whichever the food you like, okay? But the same food in Indraloka will be 10 times more tastier. Very, very tasty. Okay, as an example, the Tirupati Laddu, which was going in so much of in news couple of months ago. I clearly remember that in 90s, in early 90s, the laddu taste, especially after Kalyanotsav, when someone does the marriage ceremony, if someone sponsors the marriage ceremony, they'll get a special laddu. And that too, like it comes from Madapalli, directly from Madapalli, means the inside kitchen of Lord Venkateshwar and Tirupati it comes. So that laddu, after tasting it, oh, it was amazing. It was so tastier than the counter laddus. Clearly, I was not even like 7 or 8 years old, 6 years old or something, but I could find the difference. And that taste, I still remember today. What is the taste of laddu? That laddu. When you hold the laddu, the ghee drops, it from your palms. That was the, uh, richness of the laddus offered during Kalyana. Now it's not there. Even if you do Kalyanotsav, you will not get it. even if you, because a lot of things have changed, because prasadam, whenever it is done, it has to be done by devotees of the Lord, okay, not by employees. Anyways, that's another topic. So we ourselves know the difference, the taste difference in this material world. Oh, this is tasty. That is much tastier. When my parents come here, they will say the same brinjals or eggplants are more tastier in India than here. Cabbage is more tastier in India than here. Every sabji is bland. When we first came to US, everything was bland. At least Gulf was better. When we were in Gulf, the taste was better, but here everything was bland. So like that, the taste in upper planetary systems is very, very much high. Okay. And similarly, opposite of that is in the hellish planets. Small pain here, if someone slaps you, the pain that you get by when you get slapped is 100 times more when you get slapped in a hellish planet. So why I'm saying all this is we were all gone through upper planetary systems, lower planetary systems, everything we traversed, and now we are here. That means we were given the opportunity to see. So what happens? Yeah, sorry. I was telling that story, right? That Vaishya, his duty was nicely enjoying there. And he was so much attached to that enjoyment that he was going around in the gardens and in the palace and all that in Swargaloka. What is it called? What is the capital city of Indraloka? Anyone? It is Amaravati, they say. Okay. So in that capital city, there were so many palaces, gardens, and lakes and ponds, fresh, everything's fresh. So he was extremely enjoying the various paraphernalia there. And one day he saw that his friend, when you go to Swargalok, obviously you will create friends and you will talk, oh, what all I did. He will say what all he did, and you will say what all you did. That kind of this thing will go on in the Swargaloka. And he saw his friend was forcibly being pushed down, and he just fell down. The servants who were serving him so faithfully, Apsaras who were serving him faithfully, uh, they pushed his friend down. And then immediately he got perplexed. What is this? Why are you pushing? And then he asked, no, 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 his time on this Svargaloka is over. Now he has to either go to Bhuloka or he has to go to Narakaloka, based on his karma. Oh, that means only for a certain period I'll be allowed to enjoy here? His servant said, yes. Then you will also push me tomorrow, or like whenever my time comes? Yeah, obviously we are going to push you. And when they're pushing you, then normally the people resist, no, 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 don't push me and all that. The same servants from whom he got service, he'll be begging at their feet to keep it. But without any mercy, they will kick him and push him. And when is that? He said, in another 2-3 hours, we will push you. He was completely perplexed. But even this enjoyment is temporary. So, why I'm saying the story is all the demigods have seen this, that the souls, they are doing some mistakes in Bhuloka, they are coming to Swargaloka. In Swargaloka, they enjoy for some time, they fall down, they go to Narakaloka, they get punished there, again they come up. Demigods have, all of them have seen it, and all of them they know it. Okay, because sometimes Narad Muni, when he has to search for a particular soul, he would have met one soul in Bhuloka, then he would have gone to upper planetary systems. Again, he comes back to see. By that time, the soul would have left the body. the Narad Muni would go to Yamaraj to ask him where that soul is. That soul will be in some other planet, like tracking, and you find that soul finally. So like these things happen. And demigods, as demigods, we all have seen it. But still, we managed to commit so much sins that we fell down again. So this is the material nature. Always, the natural way of everybody in this material world is to fall down. We all have to do extra things a day to keep our spiritual life up. To go to hell, nothing you have to do, but to uh, go out of this entire jail, you have to do parishrama. That means you have to do the devotional activities. You have to put your efforts in doing that activities. Okay, so here Krishna is saying, here Satatam kirtayanto mam antarbahir avasthitam. So in all of these times, when you are in the demigods, when you are in the Narakaloka, any form, when we were there, Krishna was always with us. Always he is with us, Krishna. That's why he is the best friend one could have. No friend can be with us for long. No friend. Little chastisement or little shouting you do at your friend, he or she will leave immediately because of the egos. That too in Kali Yuga I'm talking about. But Krishna, you see, he will live always. He is there close to your heart. So in one of the Brihad Narayana Upanishad or Mundaka Upanishad, I get that verse. Hmm. Okay. In Shvetashvatar Upanishad, it is mentioned. Okay. I'm bringing this verse. Let's see where I can find it. Samane vrikshe purusho nimagno. Let's see. Hmm. It is. Samane vrikshe purusho nimagno anishaya shochati muhyamanaha jushtam yada pashyati anyamisham asya mahimanam itivita shokaha. So Krishna is saying, although the two birds are in the same tree, the eating bird is fully engrossed with anxiety and moroseness as the enjoyer of the fruits of the tree. But if in some way or the other he turns his face to his friend, who is Lord Krishna himself, and knows his glories, at once the suffering bird becomes free from all anxieties. Asya mahimanam iti vita shokaha. If you know the glories of the Lord, vita shoka. Shoka means all the sufferings will go away. Vita means to go away. So in this is mentioned that in a tree, imagine there are two birds. One bird is just watching what the other bird is doing. And the second bird is nicely eating the fruits and drinking and all that. And when it does not get fruits, it is crying. It is suffering. The anxiety, the moroseness, everything. And I mentioned, here what Krishna is in the heart of everybody, right? But for Krishna, there is no within Krishna, there is somebody else. For us, there is somebody else. in the heart itself. We have Krishna, and in the heart itself, our soul. Soul is also there in the heart, and Krishna is also there in the heart. Just like the two birds. Samane vrikshe purusho nimagno. In the vriksha, two purushas are there. But for Krishna, it is not there. And who is telling that? Kunti Maharani is telling that. What is she telling? Antar Bahir Avasthitam. Okay, that is, there is no within and without for Krishna. It is the same personality. There is no within and without. For us, we have something within and something outside. Not for Krishna. In the yogic this thing, you will see that one person can be possessed by some other person. It is a yoga siddhi. Okay. Even now, I hear that some people do it. Okay, the yoga, that some person possesses another person, living person. And if you see Shankaracharya, when he was challenged by Saraswati Devi herself, you know, um, then he had to take the body. He possessed the body of a king, and he used that body to to understand certain things and answer back to Saraswati Devi. So like that, things are there. Even now, people do it, but very rare. Because you need the purity and the steadiness and all that is rarely anyone can do. But ghosts can easily possess. In this age, it is very easy that ghosts can possess very easily. So when someone possesses the body of that dead body or someone, what happens? The body is separate, the soul is separate. This soul goes, another soul comes. That's like possessing. But here, Krishna, it's not like that for Krishna. For Krishna, antar bahir avasthitam. It is same. There is no within and without separately for Krishna. Everything is he himself. And this is the same thing that will also happen to us when we all go back to Godhead. When we all go back to Vaikuntha, then there's again no separate bodies and all that. Our pure soul itself will take different forms in Vaikuntha. Okay. All right. Any questions on this?
No, Prabhu.
Okay. Okay. So in the where is this Bhishma Deva? 1 minute. Okay. So remember that I was talking about the Puranas, right? The 18 Puranas. So this Vyasadev, 1 minute. See, I want all of you to read one by one. The 4 divisions. A moment. Okay, see here. So once upon a time, Vyasadev, he woke up in the morning, he took his morning ablutions in the water. of Saraswati River. At that time, Saraswati River was seen outside. Okay, and he sat alone to concentrate. At that time, Vyasadev saw anomalies in the duties of this millennium. Duties of, we all say, no, perform your duties perfectly, Krishna will be satisfied. Is this statement true or false? Perform your duty very nicely, Krishna will be satisfied. Is this true?
True.
Prabhuji.
How?
Because he gives the opportunity to do something. So if we do that properly, so he will be satisfied. Otherwise, he will again punish us that what we are doing, we are not doing properly.
Okay, so imagine the state of Texas built a huge slaughterhouse and you got a job there as some IT professional of to run the machines of cutting the cows. Every day morning you go there, you will nicely do the programming and all that, manage or maintain the software for that and everything, and come back. Perfectly, you're doing it. How about in that case?
I don't know.
So correct, no? So that
I really
means
scared listening that cutting the cows. Oh my
Mm.
God.
exactly. So that is actually one of the guna of uh, merciful people.
Mm,
Those who are very merciful, sattva guna people will, the moment they hear this, they'll be shocked.
yeah.
Okay. Why I'm saying this because, but we all have to share that same sins because it is happening and we are not doing anything to stop. So point is what that if that person does come very nice service going there very duty perfectly does cleaning the slaughterhouse, watering the garden, they also maintain very nice garden, the parking lots, the electricity, everything, right? So that means that is a ugra karma. Ugra karma means ugra means which is of opposite nature or which is of opposite which enrages the Lord, which angers the Lord. Ugra. Ugra means to be angry. Ugra Narsimha. We say in Tirumala we have there is one deity called Ugra Srinivasa. So little here and there they will be very angry when their devotees are punished or when devotees are uh, put in anxieties, problems. The Lord becomes very angry. So especially when this cow slaughter also the duties the perfectly following, but all of that is an ugra karma. The Lord will not be pleased. So that is why Vyasadeva himself, who is the avatara of Krishna, literary incarnation of Krishna, he saw anomalies in the duties of this millenniums of this yuga, Kali Yuga, and even Dwapar Yuga. He's seeing it. Why? I'll give you two examples. The Kali Yuga, you got the example, okay? The government, it's who is supposed to save cows. They themselves are encouraging the slaughterhouses, so the duties are getting degraded. In Dwapar Yuga, if you see, if you want to go by constitution, constitution, all of you must have heard the Constitution of India, Constitution of America. Is the constitution higher or the Vedas are higher? Which is of high importance? कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन बड़ा है और या वेदास वो बड़े हैं?
Vedas.
Vedas, especially, exactly. Why? Because if you go by the law, legality, what happened to Draupadi cannot be counted as an illegal action. You cannot count it. It's a perfect legal thing. It's a flaw in the constitution. So Vyasadeva saw that anomalies, even when Kshatriya duties by the kings, there are flaw. Although legally things can be done, but it can be abused. The same legality can be abused, and that's what happened to Draupadi. Why? Because see, a slave, when first of all, ladies cannot be slaves. Okay, men slaves we understand. Ladies, what it is means is matruvat paradareshu. Okay, it is mentioned that in Garuda Purana it comes. Shankaracharya so many times he says matruvat paradareshu. Apart from your wife, every other woman is a what? Mother. Every woman is a mother. And if you see, there is no punishment for women at all. No punishment. As long as they are in the human body, if there is a woman is there, if she commits some mistakes, there is no punishment. The punishment is there to the husband or to the elder people of the family. She cannot be punished. And especially why? Because the amount of sacrifice she goes, the pain, in Srimad Bhagavatam it comes again. Kapila Muni explains to Devahuti that the amount a mother goes, the amount of pain that she undergoes while giving birth is very near to the death. At the time of death, it is mentioned like 40,000 scorpions biting. That is the pain you get it at the time of death. Garuda Purana has this. So even a mother, she goes that much pain while giving the birth. So every time she gives the birth, it's like a new life for her. She's already going through a lot. There is no punishment for her. No punishment. If at all she commits a mistake or something, the elderly persons of the family, they have to keep her under control, punish her within the four walls, but not abuse. Okay, within the four walls, and those things have to happen. And what happens within the four walls to a woman, that should not come out also. Otherwise, you cannot, because she's a mother, it will not be good if I go and say it outside how my mother has been punished and all that. So that's why it's a matruvat paradareshu. Uh, so every woman is a mother. Then how can Dushasana go and drag Draupadi like that? Will he do it to his mother Gandhari? No. That is from Vedic point. But when you come to the constitution, the legalities, what happens is slave. So normally a prostitute is mentioned that she will enjoy the company of men, and when they drag like that, she enjoys it. Okay, it's mentioned. I have nothing to say. So that is a slave, but she is not in that position at all. And she was ekavastradhari. That means at that time she was in monthly cycles and wearing only the single piece of the cloth to cover the entire body. That he was trying to do. So constitutionally, legally, you cannot point it. But it is of the highest offense. That's why the entire Kuru dynasty, whoever supported Kuru dynasty, everyone vanished. In Uddhava Gita, it says, Uddhava asked Krishna, why did you do this Kurukshetra? And he says, just because my pure devotee, Draupadi, was insulted. That is the rage, anger, ugra of the Lord. You cannot perform your duties perfectly, which angers the Lord. So that's why Vyasadeva saw anomalies in the duties of this Kali Yuga. And that's why they say we don't know everything. See, one moment. In this Yuga, see, earlier what happens is if the king is ruling, every time one yajna happens, 1/6 part of that yajna, the punya automatically goes to the king because he is protecting the that kingdom and all. When any sin is done, it also goes to the king. 1/4 part of the sin goes to the king. So the kings have to be very, very cautious. But in Kali Yuga, remember I said, do you all remember this? That if you give donation to the poor person, what will happen?
Yes, Prabhu.
What will happen?
Um, we will give our bad karma to them, and
Correct. Mhm. And you will make them more poor.
poor. Yeah.
Yeah. But if they are Brahmanas, that means I'm talking about by guna and karma, okay, not by birth. By guna, if they are Brahmanas and when they do the Gayatri and especially for devotees, that karma will be burnt. They are like, they become like a fire. In fire, you put anything, it will be burnt, no matter what. Okay. So, whoever causes, suppose there is a thief who has robbed one house, whoever provided him to give him the energy, if he takes food in some other house and then does the robbery, that person who gave the food to the thief will also be liable for the karma of thief. It is that intrinsic. It is so difficult. So today in Kali Yuga, it is all democratic world. We vote our own king, right? The power is in our hands, and we are what putting some person on the kingly position. He commits mistake, we all share because we are the ones who voted him. So it is, the karma principle is so intrinsic. You cannot go and try to fix these things and all. First of all, you can't find a perfect person to be in that position. If you find it, to make him win, you have to do so much of, you have to bribing and all that things you have to do.
But Prabhu, our intention is good only, no, Prabhu. So by intention, we are giving that it may help that person. So when our intention is good, so that person can use in a good manner or bad manner. It won't affect us. Is it
No,
correct, Prabhu?
no, not
No.
intention. It doesn't matter about the intention at all.
Oh, okay.
No matter what your intention, doesn't matter.
Mhm.
So you see, that is why it is said, like, suppose there is a uh, what is it? Alcoholic person who's abusing. I've seen it, in India, I've seen it. The husbands of my servants, servants of the house, they abuse. It's, in my village, we have some land and some nearby. The the people come, laborers come, and then they do the various activities. And my grandfather, he makes sure, even my father, and mostly my father wasn't there, but whenever he comes to the village and he does not give money to men at all. Even to boys, he will not give. He will give it to all, only to the ladies. Because they know the moment these men get some cash in their hand, immediately right after the dinner, they'll be found in the alcohol shop. My father's intention was when we gave the money, my mother, with a very good intention, she gave it. Intention was very nice. She gave it. She did not know that this person will do, because he helped. This was the time when I was born, 36 years ago. That my mother was working. She did her PhD and she was a professor in mathematics. Uh, I was in the village, and then my mother used to travel from the college 500 kilometers every week. She used to do up and down. So that time, she has to get down the bus, and then she has to walk around 5 kilometers into the deep into the village. And that time she used to carry some luggage and all that, and sometimes people help, and then she gives money, you know that person helps and all that. So what happens is he takes that money, goes nicely, drinks, comes up the next that night or in the morning, beats up his wife, his children to floor. And after second day, the wife is coming limping. I've seen the children were beaten up. The the children come, the wife comes, and then she's not, and she is still coming to the home because they have to earn money. And when we saw, we were shocked. And then she said, "What happened is because he got some money, because my mother gave, because he helped in getting the luggage. My mother gave some money. He went to the bar, he drank, he came home, he bet and beaten us all, even the children." She showed the arms and everything where, what do you call, the marks were there. So intention was good only. Here it is like someone helped and she gave, but what happened? Beaten up. Same thing happened to the servants when we were in Chennai. The servants used to come, the husbands always drinking, drinking, drinking. Intention is good. The servant used to say, "Amma, no, no, don't give me money. You please keep it with you only. Whenever I want, I will take it from you." Because my Purusha, that he is my Purushan, if her husband sees the money, she can't hide it anywhere in the home. So she'll take very bare minimum like that, and she'll go home. And after a few months, when she needs money, for her school's fees, children's school fees, then she has to take the amount in bulk. All this is happening because of improper ruling. That the papa of that family getting beaten up, it goes to the immediate ruler of that village first, then to the state, then to the kingdom. So everybody who is in the administrative line, they all share the karma. So much, I'll tell you even more. If you see Garuda Purana, Krishna, if a brahmachari, I'm talking about proper brahmachari, not like any Tom, Dick, and Harry bachelor. Okay, a brahmacharya means who follows the life of celibacy, very celibate, very austere, and who is not married. If he comes into our village and if he sleeps hungry, that sin, all the people, all the grahastha people of the village, they have to share. That much it is mentioned. Now you can say, Prabhuji, you said, okay, all grahasthas, then we are all grahasthas. Should we start, inviting all bachelors? No, you cannot do that now because people are all uh, abusers only outside. If you invite them, you are gone. That's how the degrading. That's why Vyasadeva is saying anomalies in duties. Even for a grahastha to perform the duties perfectly, he cannot perform. Every duty is an ugra karma in Kali Yuga. Every duty is an ugra karma. Insurance, big Ugra karma. Oil industry, very big in Ugra karma. You're sucking out all the blood of like earth, and doing that. Without that oil, we can't travel, nothing can be done. So our whole life is a sinful life. Although we are not committing it, we are being part of that whole massacre that we have to share. What to do, Prabhu, then? How we can be out of it? Everything, you see, with this I will stop. Okay. Shukadev, see, whatever frustration we got now, the same thing Parikshit Maharaj asks Shukadev, how can then people of Kali Yuga can ever be liberated? Shukadev Goswami says, Kaler doshe nidhe rajan. In Kali Yuga, the doshas means the faults, are like nidhi. Nidhi means very huge treasure house or an ocean. So you see, oh my dear king, in the age of Kali, it is like the age of Kali is like ocean of faults. Okay. But there is one eko mahan gunaha. There is one great gunaha, great characteristic. What is that? Kirtanad evasya Krishnasya. That doing kirtana for Krishna is the mahaguna. Mukta sangaha param vrajet. You will get mukti out of all this. I was reading Garuda Purana the other day. One family in that one story comes out that one family at night he was giving, or that family is very very popular for providing prasadam, not prasadam, basically food distribution, annadanam. So at night, midnight, one Shudra, a labor person, came in, with very out of too much hungry. He knocked the door and he started crying out loud that I'm not having food. Give me some food, something. So immediately the wife, she prepared something. Something was there. She prepared rice, but there was no plate. So, and there were no leaves in his home. So she says, no, go and get the leaves from the nearby home, the banana leaf. You just get that and you will serve in that. So but don't worry, we will tell in the morning that we have taken. So this husband goes and just cuts off the um one leaf of banana and uses that to serve the food. He nicely has the food. He sleeps there. At the end of their death, Yamaraj he goes to Yamaraj. And then Yamaraj says, your whole life is very pious. Okay, everything was fantastic. You are eligible to go back to not Vaikuntha, to Swargaloka and enjoy there. But there's one mistake. What is that mistake? That you stole the leaf of your neighborhood home. Actually, he forgot to tell next day. He forgot to say that I have taken the leave. So that kind of a stealing, legally, constitutionally, legally incorrect. So for that, you had to be boiled in kumbhi paka, in hot oil for 1,000 years. That was a punishment. Immediately, Narada Muni comes there. And he shows another Dharma Sukta by saying that if anybody who is there in that position, they can be excused. So he saves them, Narada Muni saves it. Why I'm saying that is that this Kali Yuga is see that in that example, small leaf taken just for serving somebody, not even for their enjoyment, it became a papa. Narada Muni was there, but in front of Yamaraj, it became a papa. But in Kali Yuga, imagine how much The cloth that we are wearing, we don't know if the laborers who stitched this cloth got the sufficient salary. Everything is counted. So it's ocean of faults. It's like the translation, my dear king. Although Kali Yuga is an ocean of faults, there is still one good quality about this sage, Mahan Gunaha. What is that? Simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, one can become free from material bondage and be promoted to transcendental kingdom. So best thing is to worship Krishna. Simply do the Harinama Sankirtana. Okay, it'll take care of all the things. Don't worry of what you're doing. How much ever perfectly you do your official duties, it is of no use. There's a verse about it. Tomorrow I will show. Okay, I will close here. Any questions? Okay, Prabhu, you asked about transgenders, right? Yeah, the other day I spoke about this at length on this one. See, who is allowed to beg? The person who is eligible to beg is Vipra, means a Brahmana or a devotee. Okay, because not every devotee is given a Brahmana Diksha. In our Puranas, you will see it. Why in Purana? Just few hundred years ago, we had I forgot his name again. What's his name in Udupi? Very famous. Uh,
Kanakadasa Prabhu.
Kanakadasa, correct. Kanakadasa. Kanakadasa is not a Vipra, he is not a Brahmana, but he's a great devotee. Anyone who gives him alms is of a huge punya, they would get it. So, a devotee, or see, don't say that anyone who puts tilak is a devotee, anyone who puts bindi is a devotee. No, 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 no. The devotee is like, the sampradaya vihinam. Yeah, I showed you the sampradaya. They must be following the rules and regulations mentioned in that sampradaya. Okay, we have to be very careful. That's what you need, the knowledge to whom to give the alms to. So, transgenders, please do not give, because first of all, they don't have the power to take away your karma. Okay, that means they are going to absorb your karma. You are making them go further down uh, in the material world. And transgender, if they remain pure, they're see, we have social classification. Intelligent people, Brahmanas; Kshatriyas, administrative people; Vaishyas, businessmen; Shudras, laborers. Okay. Transgenders, based on their bodily this thing, basically, those they have to do the duties, the social duties they have to perform. Begging is not allowed for the transgenders. Yeah. Okay. All right. Any other questions? It'll also affect, yes, Prabhu, it'll affect if you give this thing and they utilize that to, the money that you give to transgenders, where does it go? To again maintain their uh, illusory form of a woman, right? To put all the cosmetics on their body, to be like a woman. So the money is also not utilized in good way, and on top of that, you're pushing them into the lower regions again. So no need to give. Give them prasadam. You give any prasadam, no, it will be very good. Just give them prasadam, anything, fruits or something. You give it, let them take. You just put one namaskara in front of them. You don't have to um, uh, argue with them or anything. Just one namaskara, very humbly. Yeah. Okay. All right. Any other questions?
So, Prabhu, I already gave so many money to them. So the few days back, I said as I was traveling to my college, so I was lecturer in Hindi. So in South End Circle, every day they used to come. So I thought it would be helpful for them. So I gave already. So for this, my this thing has gone. So is it my bad karma, or how can it be counted as my bad karma or good karma? How it comes to me?
Not in your hands, Mataji. Once
So
money is
it's
gone out of your, as long as you had money, you had the distinction power, okay, whether it's a good karma, bad karma. Once that money slips out of your hand and it goes to some other person, right? And you are not getting anything in return, basically. If it's not a business deal I'm talking about. If it's a
yeah.
business deal, it's a different one because you're purchasing some commodities and all that. That's different. Okay. But if you help someone like that, when the money is slipped, it depends on how they utilize it.
Mm.
If they utilize it for Krishna, oh, you will get immense things. If they utilize it for again drinking,
Mhm.
you will be part of it. You will get this thing. Eating meat,
Mm.
you will be getting it. So best thing is not to encourage only. Now that you know,
Yeah, now I know, but without knowing, I had given. So
it will come, Mataji, because it is just like, with a small boy, whether he knows or not, if he puts his hands in the fire, it will burn.
yeah.
So
Okay,
it is like that.
okay,
The
I got it.
karma doesn't depend whether we know or whether what is our intention. The
Mm.
karma clearly, Mataji, it
Mhm.
depends on how that has been used, how whether it was helpful for that jiva or no.
Okay.
That's all it depends.
Mhm.
Whether it was helpful for him materially,
Mm.
spiritually, or even to degrade his this thing,
Mm.
that is what it depends.
Mhm. Okay.
So you have to be very careful in that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. We'll just chant Hare Krishna mantra 3 times. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna. Thank you for joining. We will
Hare Krishna.
continue on Monday night for us, and for in India, it is Tuesday morning. Okay. Okay.
Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you. Thank